I believe sales is the network you build. And so when I dropped that crumpled letter off for that doctor, what really happened was it was less of like, you know what, Dale, I want to buy from you. And it was more of, this guy's honest, he's fun, he's creative, he's caring, and I'll talk business with him for sure. But for the most part, people just wanted to get to know me better. I know that sounds crazy. And there's a lot of VPs of sales and managers that are out there that they can hear me say something like this and just squirm in their seat. Oh my God, a relationship salesperson, and it's not. I think the problem is that too many people put this emphasis on a relationship in sales as if it's like pizza every Friday night with folks. It's not the case, man. A good relationship is just trust. It's simply that easy to comprehend. The relationship side, it's just trust. Let's take two option or scenarios here. The first one would be like, I'm a brand new salesperson. Right? I just got to XYZ company. I'm selling LMNOP products, and I've been given like this list of accounts, and I was supposed to call on these people. A lot of the times what also happens for new segment reps is that they'll be able to access, if not like know, who they currently do business with. Okay, now most people hear me say that and they think, oh, good thought, Dale. So we'll call ABC Plumbing and say, hey, we do business with XYZ Plumbing around the corner. Just wanted to introduce myself. No. What I'm saying is that you call up that existing client and say, hey, my name's Dale. I just started over here at ABC Company. We help you with XYZ. Oh, hey, what's up, Dale? Yeah, now this is a crazy question, but I was curious, like, how well are we doing for your business right now? Oh, you guys are doing a great job. We're really happy with you. That's awesome. I'm brand new to this sales gig. I don't have any customers. I'm supposed to like cold call a bunch of people. And I thought instead, maybe I just introduce myself to some really decent folks and potentially like learn a little bit about their business model and see how I can apply that knowledge to the folks that I'm going to reach out to cold, so that I have, at least a little bit of like understanding of how the business operates. Would you be willing to take a Zoom call with me or let me come on site and do a tour of your facility? And this is another conversation that VPs of sales and managers are like squirming listening to, like, you're going to have my people call my existing customers. Like, yes, if I'm going to be the greatest salesperson in the world, I'm going to leverage a network. I'm going to go meet that guy. He's going to take me through his business. We're going to have a great conversation. I'm going to see his Dan Marino, Super Bowl champion thing on the wall. And I'm going to go, I hate sports and I hate the NFL, but tell me more about that and learn about that guy, like genuinely in a caring and compassionate manner. And by the time I leave that office, two things are going to happen. One is that dude's going to give me the most referrals of anybody I've ever met in my life. And second thing is that I'm going to ask that person point blank, hey, I know your competitor is XYZ company, plumbing, or, across the way. Do you know anybody over there though? Would you be willing, like with what I've done for your business, do you think I'm like the best kept secret at this point and you're not willing to give me up? Or do you know somebody over there that you could potentially hook me up with? And this is the thing too, Ray, is like a lot of people don't understand is the network they're trying to sell into all know each other. Even if it's a cutthroat industry, in some instances, these guys sit at an annual event together once a year, table to table and, talk it up and then they go on the boat and have a beer. And they know each other really well. And like, if I can get into that network, I'm opening the doors for so many things. My crumpled letter did that for me. So a lot of the times the doctor would say, hey, we got like 3 or 4 years left on our lease. I'd say, hey, I love that because it means that I can get to know your business a little bit better. I can get to know your network a little bit better, earn some trust with you, show you that I'm not a fly by night, one hit wonder salesperson. And really like put in the work. Would you be willing to take me through your giant 250,000 square foot manufacturing facility and show me around? Sure, man. Actually, that sounds great. I've never done that with a salesperson. It opened so many doors. And I think that those are the types of, like, the first place if I'm an existing rep, imagine, dude, like if I'm an existing rep and I want to be a rebel, I'm just going to literally go and build my reputation out. I'm going to do good things for people that are already in my existing atmosphere, hemisphere, stratosphere, however you want to look at that. And I'm going to use that leverage of those relationships to go and like sell to more people. And I'm not at once going to crumple a piece of paper and doing that. I'm just going to have great, genuine, awesome conversations with folks, get to know them better and take it to the next level. So at on a very raw narrative, that is how I see sales. So if you sprinkle in the idea of like an experience, the excuse to not do things like send a crumpled letter are just that, excuses. So when people say, I can't do that, I live in another country. Well, there's some validity to that. I could make the effort to call a print shop in Lake Mary, Florida and say, hey, I've got 12 people in the local area that I'm trying to get in touch with. I have this postcard I'd like to send them. How much would it cost me to have you guys do it locally right out of Lake Mary if I send you all of the components to that postcard? Yeah, $25, man. Shipped and everything. Cool. I think it's an excuse to say that we can't give an experience before we make the dial or send the email. And I would really just encourage reps, like thinking on that foundational level of that the thing you're going to build in sales that's going to be permanent will be your reputation with other people. It won't be your numbers for the year. Those things get completely wiped off the board January 1st of the following year. It won't be the relationship that you have with your sales manager who fires everybody every 1.5 years into their tenure on average. It's not the stuff that people think is going to ultimately make them better or keep them in their job. It is 1000% that the person that's buying from you has to love you and trust you. It's that simple. And they don't have to love you like unconditionally as if like they want to marry you. It's a simple word that I don't think we use enough. That like having a platonic, if you will, relationship with people that's based out of this idea of like, I just want to genuinely do right by you is a form of love to me. And that salespeople that think that that's too mushy and gushy and too hippy dippy are just not my people. So if you're listening to this and you don't like that, then get the F out of my space, man. Like I still love you and you're welcome here, but just leave and go get to Grant Cardone or, Jordan Belfort or one of those guys that's been in federal prison. That's more your style, So, but I would challenge people to just like open their mind just a little bit to this concept because I love the question and hopefully the narrative makes sense. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, obviously as well too. But at the same time, it's like, don't make the excuse of I can't send a crumpled letter in the mail. You absolutely can, no matter where you are.